XRP holders made a really big gamble when they got into XRP. They basically bet that the new people jumping into crypto down the road wouldn't care about the same stuff that got the early crowd excited. And guess what? We just got some huge proof from one of the biggest players in finance that the XRP folks have been right all along. I want to explain why XRP looks like the strongest one out there to grab a ton of the money that's going to pour into crypto. Stick with me here. It's worth it. At the end, I'll talk about something people don't bring up much: how the XRP ledger levels up to handle crazy high numbers of transactions for all the world's payments. Right now, it's super scalable and does about 1,500 transactions a second, but some folks say future chains need to hit billions per second. If that freaks you out, hang on till the end because there's this key tech that ties everything together. Let's start with the big win for XRP people. For ages in crypto, especially Bitcoin fans, they've said everything besides Bitcoin is junk. The early crowd was all about this almost religious vibe around Bitcoin only. Nothing else mattered. Forget the tech. But XRP supporters thought differently. They asked, what real problem does this fix? What's actually going to make big banks and companies switch from their old systems to crypto tech? It wasn't about believing in one perfect coin or some dream of taking down the dollar. It was about finding tech that actually works better, faster, cheaper, more efficient for moving money around and settling payments. You don't have to share the same beliefs as a huge bank like JP Morgan or Bank of America. Your values aren't going to match theirs anyway, but you can both agree this tech is way better for getting stuff done. That's what XRP folks have been saying forever. Hey, this is quicker and costs less than what we have now, so why not use it? Most of the crypto world didn't get that. They stuck to the old school Bitcoin or nothing mindset. But now we're seeing big institutions think the same way XRP people do. Focus on the tech that solves real issues. Just today, someone high up at NASDAQ did an interview on Yahoo Finance. They basically told their clients to stop fixating on Bitcoin and start looking at what finance is really going to become. They're pushing people to see beyond the hype and look at actual usefulness. That's exactly the bet XRP holders have been making. The old crowd from 2013 or 2015 loved Bitcoin for its story and fairness, even if it meant slow and expensive. But big banks? They don't care about that feel-good stuff. They want the fastest, most scalable setup that fixes problems and helps their customers. NASDAQ is straight up saying the same thing. Forget the old ideals. Focus on networks that deliver real value and solve the biggest headaches. And nothing does that better than the XRP ledger. Ripple's approach is what makes this click for places like NASDAQ. They're building connections, reaching out to old-school finance, and showing how crypto fits in without trying to tear everything down. It's like holding out a hand instead of yelling, "You're obsolete." That teamwork is how you get everyone on board for real adoption. The people with the real money, the trillions in big institutions, aren't chasing some crypto religion. They want tools that make their jobs easier and bring better results to clients. And that's where XRP shines. Now, about that worry, will crypto tech even keep up? Someone from Stripe, not Dripe, it's Stripe, just said, blockchains are going to need to handle up to 1 billion transactions per second soon because AI agents will be doing tons of deals automatically. The XRP ledger sits at around 1,500 TPS right now. So is it ready for that future? That question used to bug me too. Is this good enough long-term, or will something else beat it? But Ripple has been way ahead on this. Back in the early days, one of the key creators of the XRP ledger, Stefan Thomas, helped make something called Interledger. It's not another blockchain. Think of it as a network that links up all kinds of payment systems, whether they're on a chain or not. It uses XRP as a bridge when needed. Here's the cool part. With Interledger, you don't have to put every single tiny transaction on the XRP ledger. If an AI agent is firing off thousands or millions of moves a second, Interledger can bundle them up, say, collect 1 million in an hour, figure out the net result, and just settle that one final amount on the XRP ledger. Stefan Thomas has said that with the stuff they built at Ripple, XRP plus Interledger, they can handle trillions of transactions per second, no central boss needed. While other projects chase different ways to scale, Ripple sorted this out back around 2018. Why haven't we seen it everywhere yet? Simple. We haven't needed it until now. No point in cranking up to trillions if the world's not there. Ripple always aimed at the big institutional world, knowing someday these massive players would demand insane scale for things like AI. They built for that future early. Now that institutions like NASDAQ are saying utility matters most, and with AI agents coming, Ripple's rolling out more of this tech because the timing is right. This shows Ripple's been steps ahead of the rest of crypto, which has been busy with fun stuff like memes and NFTs. XRP is built for the serious finance shift that's happening. No other asset lines up better for it. Nines fast continue, hey Sarmad, picking up right where we left off. This whole thing really shows how Ripple has been playing a different game from almost everyone else in crypto. While a lot of projects got caught up in the flashy, fun side, meme coins, NFTs, viral hype, Ripple stayed laser-focused on the boring but huge stuff, making money move faster and cheaper for banks and big companies. And now we're seeing the payoff. When a giant like NASDAQ comes out and basically says, hey everyone, stop obsessing over Bitcoin's story and look at what actually works for the future of money, it's like the universe is nodding at what XRP people have been saying for years. The early Bitcoin crowd was all about the revolution, the no one controls it vibe, the idea that one coin rules them all. That made sense back in 2013 when crypto was tiny and rebellious. But the money that's going to flood in now? It's coming from places like pension funds, central banks, huge corporations. Those guys don't care about sticking it to the system or crypto purity. They care about one thing. Does this save us time, cut costs, and handle massive volume without breaking? XRP and the ledger were built exactly for that crowd. It's not trying to replace banks or fight them. It's offering them a better tool they can plug right into what they already do. That's why you see Ripple out there making partnerships, building bridges, and showing institutions how to use this tech without throwing away everything they have. And then there's the scale question that always comes up. Yeah, 1,500 transactions a second sounds small if we're talking about a world where AI agents are buying coffee, trading stocks, paying bills, and doing micropayments every millisecond. A billion TPS? Trillions even? That feels impossible for most chains. But here's the thing that makes XRP different. They solved that problem years ago with Interledger. It's this clever layer that sits on top and connects everything. Blockchains, regular bank rails, whatever. XRP becomes the super fast bridge currency when you need it, but you don't have to clog the ledger with every single tiny move. Picture this, your AI helper is making 1 million little payments in a minute. Maybe it's trading tiny fractions of assets super fast. Instead of jamming the XRP ledger with 1 million separate entries, Interledger groups them all up, nets out what really changed, who owes who, what at the end, and then just records one clean settlement on the ledger every few minutes or hours. Boom! Efficiency skyrockets. Stefan Thomas, one of the original XRP ledger brains, has straight up said their combo of XRP plus Interledger can handle trillions of transactions per second, and no single company or government has to be in charge of it all. That's wild when you think about it. So why didn't we see this massive scaling everywhere already? Because the world wasn't demanding it yet. Back in 2018, crypto was mostly people trading coins on exchanges and buying pizza with Bitcoin. No one needed trillions of TPS. Ripple built it anyway because they were looking way down the road at institutional money and AI-driven finance. Now things are shifting. Big players are showing up. NASDAQ is telling clients to wake up and chase utility instead of nostalgia. AI agents are starting to become real. And suddenly the tech Ripple quietly built years ago looks perfect for exactly what's coming. That's why XRP holders feel like they've been right all along. It's not about being the loudest or having the most memes. It's about having the right tool at the right time for the people who actually move the world's money. This feels like the moment everything starts lining up. The old crypto arguments are fading, the institutions are paying attention, and the tech that was overkill back then is turning out to be exactly what we need now.